everybody. I wanted to kind of do a recap of our Texas trip, and so we are home now, and I figured it'd be a great time. The kids are upstairs. I'll just run through it really quick and kind of recap it, and then later this week, as I have time, I'm going through all of the video I took and all of the pictures I took, and I'm going to be putting those up. But for a quick recap, I'm just going to do this real quick. So we flew out, when did we fly out? Wednesday? Yeah, we flew out last Wednesday afternoon, and the flight went good. We didn't have any trouble. We were a little frustrated with the car rental place, but that was no biggie. We got on base, had no trouble getting on base. Then we had to find a grocery store, and that was a little challenging, not knowing where we were, and like they don't have the same grocery store names because it's a different state. So we had to, like, is that a grocery store? Is that like something else? So we figured that out, which made it kind of a late night, but that was okay. Anyway, so that was great. Our rooms were amazing. We did not have to share bathrooms. That was one thing we were really concerned about because of just the description that the lady I talked to on the phone gave us was, you might end up sharing a bathroom and all this stuff. Well, we didn't. We all had our own bathrooms. We all had our own rooms. They were very nice rooms. I am definitely tempted to stay on base again when I go back down. I'm planning another trip back down there, by the way, duh. So yeah, but we got in Wednesday night, and then Thursday morning was the coin ceremony and base liberty. So we did the coin ceremony, and we didn't get to see John at all. They did the airman's run before the coin ceremony, and we were looking for him so hard during the airman's run that we actually missed him, like totally didn't even see him. And the sad thing is, he saw us, and he was like, I saw you, but I could tell by the way you were like looking that you couldn't see me. And he was like right there. I mean, literally, we could have reached out and touched each other, and that's how dumb I feel right now about it. But so we didn't get to see him on Thursday until everything was done, and I got to tap him out after he put his drum, well, after they all put their instruments away and were released. And we did a couple errands for him, and then we had lunch on base, and we just hung out at the hotel room, and I took him back because they always had a certain time they had to be back to the dorms and everything. So I took him back, and then Friday was the graduation. So, and I thought for sure, like, we had plenty of time because we were right across the street from where it took place. We got there an hour early and still almost didn't get a seat. So if you ever have to go anywhere for like the Air Force graduation stuff, early, just think early, as early as you possibly can stand it, because we were there an hour early and they had already closed down the field, so we had to walk all the way around instead of just cutting through. And we had a good seat. We saw everything, but it was just, we could have had a better seat if we had gotten there earlier. But we got to see John. We got to see him when they marched through, and then when they marched out. That was super cool because we got to see him, and we got to see him playing his instruments, and I have never felt more proud. Like, that whole ceremony just makes you as the family feel so proud. It's not even funny, and I'm not gonna cry. Shut up. But it was an awesome ceremony, and both of the ceremonies were awesome. I would gladly, honestly, being very candid, I would gladly sit through 10 graduation ceremonies than sit through another coin ceremony. It was just like, okay. And I think maybe that's part of because the kids were acting up, and it was hot, and we didn't get a good seat, and I never saw him, so I think maybe attitude was part of it. But Friday at the graduation, the kids were good. The weather was cold. We froze our butts off for like the first 3/4 of it, but it got warmer. And we got to see him several times, so maybe that would say it. I don't know. Friday afternoon was Town Pass, so we ran down and did some of the river walk. I don't know, like, I enjoyed it. I'll take anything I can get with time with my airmen, but it was just, it was hot, because it did warm up. The sun came out and it got Texas hot. And it was busy because it was fiesta, so they were having parades and there were a million people down there. So it was very crowded, and we were kind of rushed because we wanted to get back. John had signed up to do the baseball game that night, because if he went to the baseball game, he got to stay out past curfew. So we wanted to do the baseball game, and we wanted to get there for that, but we wanted to do dinner for the kids and Nana and Papa and everything. So I think if we could take a whole day to walk the river walk and to not be rushed and to have it not as crowded as it was, I think it'd be a lot better. But it was just, I felt really rushed and hot and just gross. So, but it was a good day because we got to go out and I got to spend time, oh my gosh, what was that? With my airmen. Sorry. So that's great. And then, let's see, that was Friday. Saturday was another town pass. So we got to spend basically like all day with him. I picked him up at 9. And that's a big thing too. If you're picking up your airmen for town pass, get there early. Like, I didn't think that doesn't even cross my mind as being like, go get your parking spot and get there early and everything. Just, I figured it was going to be like a swing by and get him kind of thing. And everyone was there. I had to park in a parking lot across the street and walk. It was ridiculous. But, so we got to spend all day with him, and Saturday was the day, what did we do Saturday? Saturday was SeaWorld's day. Sorry, it all is like a blur now because it was just so busy and so quick that it's just like I have to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Saturday was our SeaWorld day, and so we ran a couple errands for him, and then we loaded up and we had lunch and we went to SeaWorld and spent the afternoon at SeaWorld, and that was cool too, except you can swim at the Texas SeaWorld. Like, I've only ever been to the San Diego SeaWorld, and that was like 6 years ago, so I had no idea. But you can swim and ride rides and everything at SeaWorld, and of course, because it was the graduation, and it's always going to be the graduation, 52 Fridays a year. It was very busy, but it was a nice day temperature-wise, and we had a lot of fun. I'm going back in July, if I can wait that long. I'm going back in July, and I think that's one thing John and I are going to do, just the two of us, is go to SeaWorld and ride the rides and maybe swim and stuff like that, because he'll have town pass and we'll be able to do all that kind of stuff, and we won't have kids. But yeah, so we saw a couple shows, we saw a couple animals, and then we wanted to have dinner and then get to the baseball game because he signed up for another baseball game Saturday night, and that was great. That one wasn't as good, but it was good. I mean, it was a good time. And so SeaWorld was a good time with the family, and then John and I always had our baseball game to be us and the baby, of course. But that was a good time. And then Sunday, I went to church. I went and picked him up at 7:45, and we went to church, and that was a very different church experience. It was very loud, very contemporary, very different from what I'm used to. So it was kind of like, okay, this is okay. Like, I don't know what to do. But it was church. It was good. I'm glad I went. The Nana and Papa kept the big kids, and I took Phoebe, and she slept through most of it, so okay, fine. And then we had another town pass because he got Warrior Flight. His flight got Warrior Flight, but we didn't use it. He and I went off base. Well, no. We went and picked up the kids, and just us, not Nana and Papa, went and had a brunch. Just us as a family. So we did go off base, and then we spent the rest of the afternoon at the hotel, just hanging out. The kids napped. We just hung out because I had to have him back by 6 on Sunday, and that was, I think, saying goodbye to him Sunday afternoon was harder than saying goodbye to him 9 weeks ago, like the first time, because it's like, we just got you back, we just got to spend time with you, and now we have to leave you again. And it's just, it was a hard night. Like, it was awful, horrible. And then Monday we got up, just kind of leisurely packed and checked out of the hotel at 11, started heading toward the airport, and he called me because he could have seen us one more time, but because I was already off base, we missed it. And that was heartbreaking. Like, I got lost because I was crying driving back to the airport. And then we got home Monday night, and I spent Monday night and last night down at Nana and Papa's just because I was not ready to come home and face reality yet. But now I'm okay. Now I'm kind of over it. And the good thing is, now that he's in tech school, I can text him. He does not have his phone until he gets home at night, which my time is like 8 o'clock. His time would be 9 o'clock, but then, you know, we can text, he can call me and talk about our day, and he can, now that he has his phone, he can email and all that kind of stuff. So, it's gonna be different, but I hope easier this next 13 weeks. And like I said, I am planning on going down for the 4th of July. Just me. I'm trying to decide if I should take the baby, but if I take the baby, I'm gonna have to have her, and we're gonna kind of be limited on what we do, whereas Nana has said she'd keep the baby if I pump like crazy and have enough milk to keep her good for 4 or 5 days. I will fly down there for the 4th of July and have 4 days with him. So that'll be nice. That's still in the planning stages. I have to find out all the rules and regulations about that, but that'll be good. So this was my Texas recap. Like I said, I'm gonna get these videos and pictures and stuff up so to kind of share with you guys what all happened. So we will talk to you later. Bye, guys.